Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in to another video today on the channel. Got a pretty cool flight today. We're going to be flying over from Montego Bay to Jamaica today. I'm sorry, over to Miami today. So, should be a really good flight. Definitely looking forward to doing this one, man. We got an early morning flight out of Montego Bay. As you can see, it's beautiful outside today. Weather is pretty good getting out of here. So we've already I'm actually gonna drop the time just a little bit. I want a nice morning departure out of Montego Bay today. So again, beautiful outside today, and we'll have a really nice sunset getting out. But we are leaving Montego Bay after a long and wonderful Christmas weekend. Anyway, we can head back to Miami. So anyway, we pretty much got everything already set up, man. So we're just gonna actually get pushed back here and get up in the air. I didn't want to bore you guys today, you gals and guys, with the whole setup for today. So yeah, we're gonna get ready for pushback right now. As mentioned before, for you flight enthusiasts out there, flight sim enthusiasts out there, yes, the engines are already running. I'm having some trouble with this Fenix, this most recent Fenix update, where the weather is the engines are not turning on for me using like standard operating procedures. So I just start up with them in the ready, just to get out here and do our thing. So let's go ahead and get the tug connected, and we will get our we'll get the tug connected, we'll get our pushback taken care of. Parking brake can come off, and we'll start pushing back this morning to get up out of Montego Bay. As mentioned, man, will be a very nice departure, nice morning departure. Should see the sunrise come up there, so it should be really nice. This morning. All right, so we'll make a quick left, get pushed back to the left here. Out of Jamaica today. Never been to Montego Bay, man, but it's definitely on the list. I've been to Ocho Rios, which was really nice. But I do want to make my way down to. I'd love to make my way down to Montego Bay someday. It would be really dope. Alright, so pushback's looking good. We can push back straight just a little bit for a second. And we're gonna get out of Dodge. Like I said, it should be a pretty good flight. Let me check on my flight time real quick. We can stop our pushback right there. Set the parking brake. Let me see what our flight time is today. Actually, air time's gonna be 1 hour and 15 minutes in the air today, so it shouldn't be too bad. Should be a pretty dope flight. Take a look at the outside. We see our tug pushing back. We already got the engines on, so we can kick on our taxi light. Get ready to taxi on around to the runway. We're going to be leaving runway 07 today out of Montego Bay. We are not doing a departure, so we'll leave out, and then we'll go on with our. We don't have a SID in this particular flight plan. So we're gonna get out of Dodge here in just a second. Let me go ahead and get my charts up just so I'm ready for that. So we'll taxi on around. We'll Taxi Echo Foxtrot over to Alpha for the for runway 07. So, all right, let's go. Stop talking. Let's get out here and do what we gotta do. All right, so parking brake off. Set auto brakes to max. There, we can arm our spoilers, and we can do a flaps one for our takeoff today. So, all right, let's get out of Dodge. It should be a really nice flight, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, the Caribbean in general is like an area that I haven't really visited a lot of. Like I said, I've been to Ocho Rios on a cruise, but I would definitely love to get out there a little bit more and visit the area, you know. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to let me pause for a quick second. Forgot to announce. In Montego Bay traffic, Delta 922 taxiing to runway 07 via Echo Foxtrot Alpha, Montego Bay. All right, now we can keep going. I don't think there's anyone out here today, but it's always nice to just keep with the same procedures as if there was. Yeah, man, I really in Miami for sure, just in general, it's just an airport that I really love to fly into. It's just very you know, the scenery flying into Miami is just beautiful. I love coming over that Brickell area and just seeing South Beach and everything. So it should be a really dope flight today, man. It really should. Almost to the runway. Like I say, it should be a super dope departure up out of Montego Bay today. Also getting hecka good frame for those videos. We can get an outside view of our Delta 922 aircraft today as we head over to Miami. Straight down. Oh boy. Couldn't sleep this morning, so I'm like, they just get up and do a flight. Why not? In Montego Bay traffic, Delta 922 holding short of runway 07 at Alpha, Montego Bay. Thanks, I appreciate your comment, man. Appreciate it. I definitely will. It's a lot of fun to do. It's what I do. I'm doing it for a long time. But thanks for checking it out, man. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead and get our landing lights on. up. We got our takeoff lights on. Wing light. Do one quick check there. Let's check everything here. Everything is looking good. All right, let's get ready to depart. In Montego Bay traffic, Delta 922 lining up, runway 07, Montego Bay. Let's get lined up here. Man, this is going to be such a beautiful departure out of Montego Bay today, man. I'm telling you. Just wait. Just wait. Ooh, right into the sunrise. Yeah, right into the sunrise. Should be really dope. All right. And there we go. All right. We get my camera together here. View good, and we are going to get ready to take off. Montego Bay traffic, Delta 922, taking off runway 07, departing to the north, Montego Bay. Go, rolling. Such a beautiful departure today, man. All right, let's V1. Rotate it on up. Positive rate, gear up. That, man, just such a beautiful, beautiful departure on today. Those engines back a little bit. There we go. All right, so we'll start our left turn to the north. Beautiful departure today, man. Nice and smooth. Still coming left just a little bit here. There we go. There we go. And we're looking real good right now. All right. Great. Let's go flaps up. Gaining a little speed there. There we go, man. We're out. We're going to set our autopilot. We'll do a quick outside view so you can see what it's looking like. And this is beautiful. Beautiful departure out of Montego Bay. I'll at y'all next time. And this is beautiful. It makes me want to go like ASAP right now. Paul, thanks a lot, man. Am I a real pilot? No, I'm not a real pilot. No, I've just been flight simming for a pretty long time. I've been flight simming for like 12 years or something like that. So I appreciate it. Montego Bay traffic, that's 922. Clear runway 07. Departing to the north. Last traffic, Montego. No, I've just been doing it for a really long time. So, but I really appreciate you. Yeah, it takes a while. And it takes a while to get those air traffic control commands down. And if you look at my channel, I have a whole series uh, called I have a whole series called VATSIM Newbie, and oh my gosh, bro! Like when I first started on VATSIM, let me tell you, it was a whole mess. Is what it was. But practice makes perfect, man. So I've been able to just kind of feel super comfortable with it now. But man, when I first started, it was terrible. It really was. Again, look at that, man. It's a beautiful sunrise today as we're climbing out of Montego Bay, headed to Miami. Weather's beautiful. Departure was awesome. We're looking good. So we're gonna get up to flight level 290 today, and from there we'll just be cruising. So again, as mentioned, we'll have airtime today is gonna be like an hour and 15 minutes or so. I'm just gonna sit back and chill, relax, man. Like really appreciate whoever comes in and tunes in. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much, man. It does. It's running. The sim is running really amazing right now after the recent update. Getting really good frames right now, which is awesome. So really happy about that. All right, we should be at 10,000 right now, so we'll go ahead and kill our landing lights and everything. So that's like screenshot worthy right there. that is beautiful. Sun coming up nice. Jamaica in the background back there. I'll let y'all next time. Wow. Doesn't get much better than that. So what I'll do right now, like we're climbing out and everything, I am going to just kind of start to prepare myself a little bit for our arrival into Miami. Just pull up some charts and just make sure I'm good to go with what we're doing. I've flown into Miami a lot, so I mean I'm pretty comfortable with it, but we'll just take a look at it again. So we'll be doing we're gonna come in on which arrival? Today we're doing the Vice. So we're coming in on the Vice 2 arrival into Miami. It's going to be an RNAV arrival. So let's get that up and just see what we're doing here. Cool. And then we're landing runway 26 left today. So let's see what we're doing as far as 26 left is concerned. So from Vice on the track, 330 degrees to cross L-top between 9,000 and 10,000 and at 250 knots. Then on track from 330 degrees to cross Suits at or above 6,000. Then on the track at 305 to cross Shan at or above 3,000. We'll expect ILS. We'll expect radar vectors, but it all depends on if air traffic control is on. If not, we'll just do our own thing and get there. So see what we got going on. We got Vice. We'll come in. Boom, boom, boom. We get the Blitz. We get the Shan. Shan is our joint. So we're landing runway 26 left. We should expect vectors at Shan if air traffic control is on. If it's not, then we'll just proceed with our own navigation and do our thing. So good. All right, just quick briefing there on what we're doing with that, so I can get that into my mind. And then we are also going to be doing a ILS approach runway 26 left. So let me make sure I have that up and ready to go as well. There we go. And we're looking good. Glide slope is 1600. Cool. All right, so Look, that sun comes up fast once you get above the clouds. But man, sun's up. We're looking great. We are above transition, so we can pull for standard. At this point, kick the seatbelt signs off. Let everybody get up and move around a little bit. But we are looking great, man. Super great takeoff out of Montego Bay today. Let's do another quick outside view. You can still see Jamaica back there. You still see the coastline back there as we're climbing out. Such a beautiful day for flying today, man. No weather. Looking awesome. Alright, let's check on just a couple things. Just make sure everything's good here. Everything's looking great. Messages there. Cool, everything's looking great. Yeah, man. So right now, like I said, we got about an hour, 15 minutes into Miami. I guess 7 minutes or so into the flight. We're coming up to cruising altitude here in about 9,000 feet. Release the passengers right now. Get up, hang out, use the restroom, do what you gotta do. But we are chilling, man. So if you watch my videos or you pay attention to me at all, you know, man, I'm not one of those streamers that do a whole lot of talking and you know, hey, this, that, and the third. Man, I just kind of chill and relax. So thank you for chilling and relaxing with me as well. And this morning, I'm gonna get me some breakfast in for sure. Try not to spill this milk. Ooh, there we go. There we go. So yeah, man, just get a little breakfast in and relax. We're just gonna be chilling here for a while until we get into Miami. Let's take a look and just see what else is going on. It's a Thursday. I would assume that most people are. We just hit some turbulence right there. Let me go ahead and kick on that seatbelt sign for a little bit. We definitely hit some moderate turbulence right there. We'll keep the seatbelt sign on for just a little bit. Due to that, get everybody buckled back in for a little bit. It's a little pocket of rough air right there, but I'll definitely wake you up a little bit. But anyway, let's take a look real quick and we take a look and see all the flights on VATSIM that's going on right now. We don't have any air, or do we? No, we don't have any air traffic control on right now as far as Miami's concerned. But that's okay. This is us right here. Just leaving out of Montego Bay, as you can see here. We're headed up. We're headed up to Miami. There are there's a couple cats online in Miami, but nothing too crazy. But Europe, though, man, when I first logged in, Europe was like, whoo! Oh, it still is. Look at that, man. Look at all those flights going on overseas right now. Man, I might go over there a little later today. I don't typically fly overseas, only because the accent barrier. Sometimes it's just so hard, like, to understand what they're saying, especially like Hamburg or, I mean, something like that. It's like, it's hard. But I do have a series on the channel, like, where I did a few Europe flights, and It was pretty hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, but but Dusseldorf. It's a few on the ground there. Dusseldorf. But just check that out, man. There's so many flights overseas as compared to over here. I mean, it's later in the day, obviously, but there's quite a few flights going on, and in the U.S. as well, or the Americas. We got some air traffic control. Got tower on in Houston. I'm sorry, yeah, Houston. So that's dope. Got some events though going on. Let's see what this Toronto event is. I don't know if that's today or what. Okay, Thursday in Toronto is coming up. It's cool. We got Billy Bishop Thursdays in Toronto. You must get a lot of people flying from. I mean, that's a short flight though. Okay. So I guess this whole sector is probably manned during that time, so probably get like full air traffic control there. That's pretty dope. That's cool. I'm curious to see what other events might be going on today, especially with it being like a holiday. I don't see anything else for today. It's interesting. Yeah, man. But anyway, keep a little eye on that just in case any air traffic control comes on. There's a Palm Beach event that's in January, and there's an Everglades event that's in January, so that's cool. But anyway, man, this is us right here. We're headed up to Miami. Currently at about 290, almost at our cruising altitude here, so it's pretty dope. Once we get to cruising altitude and kind of get settled in there, I'll kick the seatbelt signs back off. I just hit a little turbulent air there, so I want everybody to be safe. Alright, so we're at cruising altitude. Let me check too. See what our temps are in now. Kick down our AC a little bit. I feel like it might be a little warm back there in the cabin. Alright, quick outside view. Beautiful. Really nice day. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Yeah, I am on Vesta right now. Listen, I understand, like, it can be extremely nerve-wracking, man, I'm telling you, when you first get started out, but sticking with it, man, it's so rewarding. And, man, I cannot remember the guy's name, but I try to shout him out as much as I can. I got super fortunate one day. I had hopped on the VATSIM, and I was scared as crap. And I had hopped on and out of Indianapolis. Like, Indy's not an airport that's really manned often, so I hopped on, and the tower guy was online. I mean, he was so helpful. Like, I really credit a lot of my VATSIM like experience and like knowledge and stuff to this tower guy, man. Like, he could tell I was new, and he really was like, well, look, he was like, I'm just gonna work with you through it. There's nobody else online. It was really early in the morning like this. And man, he just walked me through the whole thing. He let me mess up, let me make mistakes. Like I kept flying out of Indy for probably about a month, and he would just come on. He noticed my call sign, all of that, and he really helped me, man. So it was really dope. But here, like I say, I have that. I have that. I have that set up. I mean, I'm sorry. I have that series on my channel, bro. So if you have nothing else to do, go check out VATSIM Newbie, man. It's hilarious. I go back every now and again and listen to myself, and I'm like, what the heck am I talking about? Like, it's so funny. But yeah, I'm on VATSIM right now. Say my biggest VATSIM advice would be like, man, just get out there and do it, but try not to. I mean, you do what you want, but for me, I wouldn't hop on VATSIM for the first time at like a real busy airport, something like that. I'll probably hop on, a smaller airport, something that doesn't have a lot of things, and definitely not during an event. Unless it's an actual VATSIM event, because sometimes VATSIM will run events for new pilots, and that's awesome that they do that, because the controllers understand everybody's new and they're really patient, and they walk you through things, stuff like that. But if not, if you hop on to like, if there's like an event like a Toronto to New York City, and there's like 50 planes on, and you hop on there as a new person and don't know what you're doing or don't know what you're talking about, like, yeah, it's gonna be a little frustrating for sure. But YouTube, man, like, YouTube was my friend when I first started on VATSIM. And then honestly, what I would do is I would there's a site on the internet for air traffic control. You can put it into Google. I mean, it's probably 50 sites, but go on to there and just listen. Like, you're saying the same things in the real world that you're gonna say in the sim. So hop on to google.com, put in live air traffic control at Miami or live air traffic control at Atlanta, whatever, and listen to the various frequencies and understand, because I mean it's the same exact thing here on VATSIM. Not helped immensely, but and then VATSIM itself, obviously VATSIM.com, there's training tutorials, there's all type of stuff on there as well to get used to the air traffic control, lingo. So we're all right. We'll go ahead and kick those seatbelt signs off. I think we're past that little turbulence that we had out there, but we're looking good, man. Let me check the weather real quick into Miami. I'm just kind of curious to see what we're working with today. Okay, cool. So we'll have a little cloud cover coming in, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Nothing like that Norfolk flight. that Norfolk flight was crazy. That I did yesterday, I believe that was. It was absolutely hilarious. But yeah, man, it's once you stick with VATSIM, man, it is so rewarding. I'm telling you. What I tell people is, it's very, very rare that you're gonna have air traffic control, like, all the way from, like, unless you're in an event like it's going to be rare to have air traffic control from departure all the way to your destination. Sometimes it depends on if you're flying in the same kind of area and like centers on, you know, you might be flying from like Austin to Houston Hobby, something like that. And if there's like you know, if Fort Worth Center is on, yeah, you can potentially have air traffic control from, you know, from ground, you know, all the way up to from, I'm sorry, from departing to landing, you know, the entire flight. But it's rare. And so like what I tell people is like there's certain airports that are kind of always manned at certain times of day. Like New York, LAX is always on later in the day, stuff like that, Atlanta. So what I did when I first started is I would split the flight in half. So, or I'm sorry, my knowledge base, like when I first started learning. So I would definitely fly from airports that I knew had air traffic control on in the beginning. Like I would fly from those, and then I would fly then I would fly to airports that I knew had air traffic control on the landing. So like I didn't take on the full like spectrum of trying to do a whole flight from the beginning. So I'm like, let me do flights that like, let me do takeoffs, let me do all of that stuff, and you know, on airports that are manned, and then flip it on the back end. Like, all right, so now I'm gonna fly into airports that I know have you know, air traffic control on the approach and stuff like that. That really helped me a lot instead of trying to tackle like the entire knowledge base of that from like departure to landing. I hope I'm making sense at what I'm saying, but that really helped me immensely. It's looking good out here. I can't wait to get to Miami. I just love flying into Miami now. Like the coming over, especially where we're coming in on today. We should be coming like right over South Beach, like that Brickell area. It's so beautiful up there. So everything's looking good though. Pretty smooth flight so far. We'll be at top of descent here in about 160 nautical miles. I don't think that air traffic control is going to be on today, so I'll probably start my descent a little bit earlier than that, but we'll be okay. And again, we're coming in 26 left into Miami, so it's going to be a really good flight. But yeah, man, like I said, I have some very, very funny VAT sim stories. Like I remember one time I was trying to I was trying to do like a Seattle to Portland or something like that. It's on the channel. You have to check it out. It was atrocious because when I first started out, you know, you're starting out. You don't really know. I mean, you know, like I knew charts, but some of the stuff I'm like, what are you talking about? So like, I think air traffic control was like, you know, Delta 922 descend and maintain 3000 cross Lexi at or above whatever, intercept the local. I'm like, what? And trying to say it back, man, it was hilarious. And so the controller just put me in a hole for like 45 minutes. like what the heck are you talking about? But it was cool though. But like I say, those things are funny, and it can be like a little nerve-wracking because there's so many other people on, and it's like, oh man, all of these people are gonna hear me mess up. But you know, everybody started somewhere. Unless you're like a real live pilot or real life, how you're gonna mess up. So and even sometimes today, like I might miss something or it's a lot of traffic going. You might have to ask them to repeat or whatever. But yeah. Not bad. So I'm really curious of the what FS 2024 is going to look like and be like. I'm curious. Hopefully there's some scenery improvements just like in the base game where you don't have to like buy a bunch of add-ons and stuff like that. Which you really don't on this. Like I don't have. I'm trying to think. Well, I don't have any scenery add-ons or anything, and it's beautiful. I mean, come on, yo. Like I'm coming from like FS 2004 and FSX days and stuff like that, where you had to have like Orbix and Orbix lights for lights and cloud. What did I use for weather back then? Dang, it was one. I can't remember. Oh, it wasn't Rex. It might have been Rex. But man, I remember running all of these add-ons just to, running like 6, 7, 8 add-ons, and like there's no. I mean, it didn't even hold a candle to even what we're seeing right now. So for me, I'm not a real big complainer when it comes to things like that because of like where I've come from in flight sim and knowing like what you had to get before, just everything. So for me, I'm cool, but it would be cool to see some scenery. It would be cool to see some scenery updates or whatever the case may be. But for me, I'm like, man, I take what I can get because I remember where I came from. Like FSX, like trying to do all of these changes to the CFG file to get this done and that done. Like, man, I'm straight out the box. Like I'm loving this sim, and I don't have very many add-ons. Actually, I don't think I have any. Oh, I have FS. I have traffic. I have the FSLTL traffic, and I think that's it. I don't even think I have Navigraph in here because you can get it in the Fenix. So, but yeah, man, it'll be cool to see what FS 2024 does. But even with this though, like with the clouds, I can remember back in the day, man, it was what did I have to use for clouds? Was it Rex? It was something. But even just to get clouds like this, like it would take so much. So I don't complain about any of that stuff as far as the sim is concerned. Like this is way better than what it was before. In terms of the scenery thing. I'm not gonna lie. While I enjoy Microsoft 22, Flight Sim 2020, I think that I had a better flying experience in XP11. I think that I liked the flight model a little better. Obviously, like, from a scenery perspective and all of that kind of stuff is completely different, but I really do feel like I like the flight model a little better now. And the flight model is great, especially in an aircraft like the Fenix. It's awesome. If you remember back in the day with like FSX, like it just felt like it felt like you were just flying on rails. Like it just felt straight like that. This doesn't do that or anything like that, and I haven't played or flown in XP12, but as far as flight sims are concerned, XP11 for me had the best flight control model, and I think, in my opinion, it still trumps this flight model to this day. But again, like, no complaints. You can get things to help with that, like FS Realistic, stuff like that. And I've used FS Realistic for a long time. So I'm sorry. I bought a trial of FS Realistic, and it was dope. It was really cool. I didn't want to pay for it. I paid $30 or whatever, but it definitely added an area of immersion to the sim for sure. Let's check our V pilot real quick. We don't have any air traffic control on at all. I heard actually this morning I was reading. I have to update my V pilot, but I heard there's a new function, I guess, for like auto ATC. And once you file a flight plan, will assign you a squat code, something like that. So I gotta check that out. I gotta update my my V pilot. I'm still on 3.70, but that'll be interesting. You know, that'll be interesting if that's the case. Let's take a look right now again at SimAware. This should be us. Yeah, we're just coming over. So this is us right here. We're headed into Miami, obviously. This guy's at 6. Oh, he must be coming in the lane. This guy's at 6,000. Again, no air traffic control. We got a couple planes on the ground here. This guy right here is getting ready to go to Amsterdam. Very cool. Should be a pretty long flight today. This guy's going up to Key West, going over to Key West. It's probably a smaller plane. No, it's a Delta. It's a A320. Going over to Key West. Short flight. Is there no event today? And this guy's going to, I don't know what GMMN is off the top of my head, but maybe if I click on those things. Oh, Casablanca. Wow, that's going to be a long flight for sure. Oh, that's going to be a long flight. Very cool. Turkish Airlines. And here we go. We're headed to Miami. See where we came from, out of Montego Bay. It's been a great flight though. So hopefully, man, that'd be super dope to get some air traffic control on. That would be fire. But I don't know if it's gonna happen for us today. It's early. It's not even, I don't know what time it is. It's only 5:30 right now, so 5:30 a.m. And yeah, it's bright in the sim because I really like doing, I love doing night flights. I don't like streaming night flights because you can't really, there's nothing to really look at. So yeah, as mentioned, coming in, we're starting to kind of see it now. We're still a ways away from Miami, but as mentioned in our weather, we are going to have some clouds out there. We're going to be overcast at 20,000, broken down to 120, broken down to 090, and so once we get around 9,000 feet, we should be out of the clouds, but we'll have a little bit of cloud cover coming in, but it shouldn't affect our. I really want to, like I said, I love that Miami scenery, so I really want to. I can't wait to see that. All right. So right now we're about 80-ish nautical miles from our top of climb. As I mentioned before, I'll probably start top of climb, top of descent. As mentioned before, I may start it a little early, just to kind of get down. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, finally done. Had to get a little breakfast in this morning. All right, let's go ahead and get our. They're telling me too steep path ahead. Okay, no worries, but that's why. I'm going to start descending a little early, but let me go ahead and enter in our arrival information. we're going to be, altimeter is 29901. Temps in Miami, 19. Alright, cool. Oh, okay. That's no problem. I forgot to change that. So that'll actually change a lot. Okay, cool. So that's on me actually. I had the wrong cruising altitude in here, but that's fine. I would have got that would have got corrected by air traffic control anyway. And I need to actually change this to 280, and we need to come down to 280 real quick. That's on me, but that's okay. This is the honeycomb alpha yoke, honeycomb alpha throttle, and I have T-Flight rudder pedals down here at the bottom. That was totally on me. I don't know why in my mind I was I don't know why I was thinking 290 on our cruise altitude today. It was crazy. It should have been 360. But that's on me, and that's fine. We'll come down to 280, which is okay. So make for easier approach anyway into Miami, so no big deal. Alright, so 280, Vice, down to L-Tide, to the Zilby. We're in there, okay, cool. We're good to go. Alright, so now we're about 80 nautical miles from our top of descent, so we're just chilling. We'll start descending in just a little bit. So sometimes people ask this question, like, why are you using this particular setup for an A320? Or if you follow the channel at all, things like that, you'll know that my entire like FSX experience was with the PMDG 737, and so I bought this combination to fly it with the PMDG. However, if you know, the PMDG didn't come out at the same time that the sim was released, right? And so I started flying the A320 due to that. And I started flying the fly-by-wire A320, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. And so once I started flying the fly-by-wire, I was like, man, I kind of like, you know, I don't see myself really wanting to buy the 737 right now because, or, you know, the PMDG, because I was just learning how to fly like the A320. And there is a learning curve. Like, there's a huge learning curve between like the Boeing plane and this Airbus. Like it is not, you can't just get in here from I mean obviously, right? This is common sense, right? But you just can't get in here. Like, you know, the concepts of flying and stuff like that are the same, stuff like that. And this autopilot works completely different. The FMC is completely different. The flight model is different. The fly-by-wire is different. Like, you hear a lot of people say, like, you know, you fly a 737, or I'm sorry, you fly a Boeing or whatever, but you manage an Airbus, and I would absolutely agree with that. Like, it's just so different. But that's why I have this yoke in this throttle. It's because I initially thought that I would like just keep in line with the 737, but once I started flying the A320, like I really like. I can't say better. I can't say. I can say better, in a sense, but I do miss the 737, and I definitely plan on hopping into the PMDG again. It's probably been like 4 years though since I've flown it. So again, it's going to be another learning curve there, where I'm going to have to like relearn like the systems and relearn how to fly it and everything like that. So that's why I have this particular yoke system. I have recently thought about just going and buying the Airbus one, for sure, especially with the, but I think I'll wait for the Airbus one until like the A320 comes out or something like that. Or I may just keep this set up. I don't know. But I've also been thinking about like getting into DCS and stuff like that. Like, man, again, that learning curve there, I just don't know if I have the time, you know, right now to learn all of that. But I would definitely say it took me probably around a year or so to feel comfortable. Well, okay, let me say it. So the fly-by-wire, I was going first, right? The A320 fly-by-wire. It took me about 3-4 months to get comfortable with that, or whatever the case may be. Flew that for a while. Excuse me. Flew that for a while. And then the Fenix came out, and I was like, oh my goodness. Like, there is a vast difference between the A320 fly-by-wire and this Fenix aircraft. Like, I ain't gonna say vast, but there's a difference. And even with the A320, like, there is a learning curve, like, for sure. Even if you're coming from the fly-by-wire. Now, not like system-wise, a lot of this stuff is the same and stuff like that, but just how it flies, like, the immersion, like, the realness of the Fenix is, like, is uncomparable to the fly-by-wire if you really, you know aviation and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So anyway, so we kick those seatbelt signs back on a little bit ago and give people a little bit of time to get into their seats, because we are about to start our descent and arrival into Miami. It's been a great flight. We hit a little bit of turbulence at the beginning of the flight, but nothing too crazy. So we're gonna start coming in. Let me get my charts up. So we can get ready for our arrival. All right, cool. So I'm going to start descending right now. Miami traffic, Delta 922, flight level 290, descending via the Vice 2 arrival. Be expecting ILS 26 left, Miami. I'm going to start descending now. A little early, like I said. I know the flight plan calls for 280, but I'm going to start coming down a little early. And I'm going to come down a little early because I can. No, because there's no air traffic control on, so I'm just going to kind of resume my own navigation here. Let me pull up this vPilot real quick. Check the settings, check audio. Okay, cool. All right. Cool. All right, so we are in our descent, headed to Miami. Should be a pretty good approach. Weather's not terrible or anything like that. We got some little bit of overcast. Like I said, we should have clear skies below 090, so or 9,000 feet, I should say. Definitely an early descent, but I wanna make sure we're good. So we're good to go. Quick outside view. So we're descending into Miami. Beautiful day. Beautiful day for flying. And there we go. So we're at flight level 210. Excuse me, it's early in the morning. And that's where we should be at as the ZG above 210 or above. Well, we're looking good. Right, we're coming up to 210. Right now, we'll go back to manage, and we have constraints, so we'll just start coming on down. Again, let's pull over VATSIM, or I'm sorry, SimAware. We'll just take a look and see who's out there. We have this guy, but he's at 35,000 feet. Coming out of Toronto. I'm going from Toronto to Ecuador. Whoa, that's a pretty cool flight. That's pretty cool. This is us right here. Delta 922. Got 96 nautical miles to go until our arrival. Right? Oh, so we're just chilling. Sitting on down. This is not in sync for whatever reason. We're a little bit more up here. So, I don't know. But that's why we have our charts over here as well, so we can cross-reference that with this. So we're a little, this isn't matching up right now to where we are, because like I said, we're almost here at ZG. So I pull up charts over here. You can see, I don't know if you can see that, but it's showing our position correctly there. So I don't know why it's doing that in the sim, but that's okay. We got charts here, so we're good to go. So again, arrival briefing here. So from Vice, we'll track on a heading of 330 to cross L top between 9,000 and 10,000 and at 250 knots. Then on a track of 330 to cross Suits at or above 6,000. Then on a track of 305 to cross Shan at or above 3,000, and we'll expect ILS vectors. Typically at that point we'd expect vectors to our final approach course, but we have no air traffic control on, so we'll just be getting ourselves into the airport from there. Cool. All right, set this down for a moment. All right, so we're at 210. Now we're descending. And it's gonna be a great arrival. I'm gonna do I'm doing no auto land today. I'm gonna hand fly it on down. Oh, so it'll be cool. Sorry, it's early in the morning, excuse the yawns. But yeah, man, I'm gonna hand fly it on down, so it should be fun. Should be a fun arrival into Miami. Let me check something real quick, actually. We're not going to Shane. We're doing Suits at 6,000. Right. Right. And then, right. So no 3,000 today. We can keep it, though. We can keep 3,000 in there. But no. We'll be 5,000. Because we're just going to go direct. We're not going to do the Shands thing because there's no air traffic control on, so. Yeah. No, it'll be straight. We're just gonna fly it straight in. We're not gonna go to Shands. And actually, let me actually read this again. This is, I haven't come in on 26 left in a minute. Yeah, we're Gucci. Everything's looking good. Well, we go descending into Miami. Beautiful outside view again. It's a great morning for flying, man. It really is. All right. So our altimeter. (2991), which I'm almost certain I entered that in earlier, but I'm glad I rechecked it. So 2991. And we'll start descending in through some clouds, but it'll clear up right around 9,000. Looking good. Just gonna keep coming down. Yeah, this is great. We're doing good. Can't wait for this landing, man. It's gonna be awesome. Like I said, she had pretty good view of South Beach and Miami, Brickell, and the Heat Stadium and everything coming in. So really excited about this approach today. Should be dope. Excuse me. Man, where should I fly to next, man? Where should I go next today? That wouldn't. Maybe I'll do an overseas joint, man. We'll see. I don't know. Man. Them accents be hard out there. Them accents be difficult to deal with. Alright, so our descent is looking great. We should be on the ground here in about 10 minutes. Keys. Again, I'm gonna hand fly it on down. Should be awesome. Let me actually too, as we're coming down, let me get our Miami ground charts up real quick too, just so we have those for our taxi. Ground charts, airport. Coming in 26 left. Cool. we're looking good. Another quick outside view. Starting to kind of make out a little bit of the coast up there. As soon as we pass this cloud layer, we should be good to go. Oh man, I am getting sleepy. Alright man, we're almost there. We're making our way down. It's been such a great flight today, man. Like I really enjoying this flight today. This is my first time flying out of Montego Bay too, so pretty cool. This is actually my first time flying into Miami from the south. So I normally come out of like little shorter flights, little shorter flights. I'll come out of like Tampa, something like that. But I've never come into it from the south, so this should be pretty interesting. Starting to see that coast of Miami in front of us. Alright. So I'm going to descend and maintain 3,000 right now. There's no air traffic control on, so I'm kind of resuming my own navigation right now. So we'll maintain 3,000 on the approach. Starting to see the coastline up there. And we'll just maintain 3,000 until we get established. Oh. Just thought about it. So let's get our lights turned on here. Man, I was expecting a little bit of a sunnier approach into Miami today, but still should be dope. Still should be able to see some pretty good scenery coming over the beach and that downtown Brickell area and to Miami. Outside view as we are descending down to 3,000. Alright, so we're just picking up the localizer there. Miami traffic, Delta 922, 15-mile final, runway 26 left, Miami. We are getting down to green dots. Speed, so we will go flaps 1. And we can go flaps 2. Go. South Beach right in front of us. Starting to kind of make out some of that Miami skyline right there. We do auto brakes medium, arm our spoilers, our pad out the way. Go, coming over South Beach, looking great. We'll do flaps 3. Miami traffic, Delta 922, 10-mile final, runway 26 left, Miami. Here we go, coming over South Beach, looking great. Excellent approach, man. Just a great flight today. Great, great, great flight. All right, get the gear down. Very quick outside view. Beautiful South Beach down there. Coming over the golf course. All right, and we'll do flaps full. Port of Miami, Brickell. See the Heat Stadium right there. The Perez Museum. All right. In Miami traffic, Delta 922, short final, runway 26 left, Miami. A little overcast morning in Miami. today, actually. Not terrible, though. Not terrible.
$1,000.
All right, 1,000. Got some wind a little bit.
$100 above.
100 above. Kill the auto.
Minimum.
Kill the autopilot. Minimums will continue.
300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Boom. There we go. We're down. Reversers. Beautiful landing. Beautiful landing. Great flight. Let's go ahead and get off this runway. Flaps up. Speed brake down. Start the APU. We are clear of the runway. Excellente. What a great flight, man. Great landing. Let's get clear. It might be traffic. Delta 922 is clear. Runway 26 left, Mike. Very dope, man. Very, very, very dope flight. Great landing. Somebody should be getting ready to take off. Yeah, I thought I saw something short. But awesome, man. Wow. I really, really like that landing. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that again. Came in really nice. We can kick those off. We'll just do taxi lights and that's fine. We'll start the APU. And I'm just gonna hold here for a second while I grab our ground charts. Cool. All right. Actually, let me actually pull the actual joint that I need, which is no problem. There's nobody coming up or anything like that. I just want to make sure I'm announcing and going to the right place. We'll go. Okay, we'll go to 25. That's fine. All right. It might be traffic. Delta 922 taxiing to gate Delta 25 via November. Delta 922. Miami. Okay. All right, cool. Let's go. Man, great flight. Excellent, 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 excellent flight, man. Thank you for tuning in and checking this flight out with me. like I say, this has been a really enjoyable flight, man. Great morning flight out of Montego Bay. Great landing. Doesn't get much better than that, man. Does not get much better than that. Hopefully, later on in the day we'll get some air traffic control on. Yeah, there was a guy. He was on text only, but there was a guy out there that was waiting to take off. But I saw him lined up short. But excellent, man. We got a little short taxi here to the gates, and we'll be good to go. Man, where should I fly to next? I don't know. I feel like I should come out of Miami and go somewhere since I'm already here in Miami, right? That'd be kind of cool. Ready? Oh, kick our taxi lights off. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll just keep the stream going. You can always change the title. Right? Can always change the title. Oh, excuse me, please. Oh. Got a Croatia airline over here, wow. All right. All right, here we go, man. Set the parking brake. Quick outside view. And we're looking great. And what a great flight. Awesome flight on today. Let's go ahead and cut those engines. We can kill the lights. Kill the lights. And we can start our deboarding. Fire, man. So I don't know. I don't know what I should do. I don't know if I should keep it going. Should I do another flight? I don't know. Let's see if there's any. It's early in the morning, so I don't know that there's gonna be any air traffic control on right now, but that would be cool if there was some ATC on somewhere around here. Memphis Center's on, but definitely don't want to do a Miami to Memphis. Excuse me. Definitely don't want to do that. Nah, I think we'll shut it down for today. We'll be back a little later for another flight. But man, really appreciate you all tuning in, checking out the flight, and hanging out with me this morning. It's been a great flight and a great time. You know, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to and hang out with me on another flight, but we'll go ahead and get it shut down right now. But we'll see you on the next one. Peace.